Hello, welcome to the course on Emerging Domain in Electronics Engineering. This is lecture 11, and in the last lecture we have seen the BJT configurations. So, we have completed the common base configuration. Now, in this lecture we will see the remaining two configuration, which is the common emitter configuration and common collector configuration. So, first of all, what is common emitter configuration? As the name suggests, that when the emitter terminal is common to both input side and the same terminal is common towards the output side. That means we can say that this terminal, emitter terminal, is common. So, it is this configuration is known as common emitter configuration, or somewhere we can say that this emitter terminal is grounded also. So, both the things can be used to explain the configurations. So, here we can see that in this common emitter configuration we are applying some bias, means we are adding VCC and VBB towards the input side and VCC towards the output side, and we have both the configurations. We have means NPN and we have PNP transistors, and correspondingly for NPN and PNP we have the symbols. So, corresponding to this configuration, first we will see that we want to study the characteristics of the common emitter configuration. So, first we need to look out at what are the variables towards the input characteristics, means what variables are there in this particular configuration which contributes towards the input characteristics of this particular transistor. So, as we are aware that the input characteristics means we have the input variables IB and this voltage which is VBE. Similarly, for the output characteristics we have the current IC which is in the output loop and the voltage which is VCE. So, we are drawing the input characteristics and output characteristics. So, input characteristics is between IB versus VBE, and we have output characteristics which is IC versus VCE. So, we will see that IB versus VBE for different values of collector to emitter voltage VCE. We will see the effect that if we are varying VCE, then what is the effect on the base current. Similarly, in the output characteristics which is between IC and VCE for different values of base current, means we will see the behavior that when IB varies, when IB increases, then what is the effect on the output characteristics of a common emitter configuration. So, we have seen in the last class or in the last lecture that IC equals to alpha times IE, IC equals to alpha times IE, and this is nearly equals to alpha times IE because there was a portion, this is due to the majority charge carrier and this is due to the minority charge carriers. And if we assume that minority current is very small, then we can neglect this particular term and we were left with IC is nearly equals to alpha IE, that was corresponding to the common base configuration. Now, if we will substitute IE equals to IC plus IB in this particular equation, let us say this equation number 1, then we will have IC equals to alpha times IC plus IB plus ICBO. Now, if we will separate these variables and we will take IC common, and we will find out that we will have a relationship IC equals to alpha times IB divided by 1 minus alpha plus ICBO divided by 1 minus alpha, where alpha is nearly equals to 1. We have seen in the common base configuration alpha was the current gain for common base and alpha was less than 1. Ideal value is 1, but it will be around 0.99 something. So, we will see that what is the effect of base current IB on the collector current IC. So, we have this particular relationship now. When IB equal to 0 means when the base current is 0. Base current is 0, that means the common emitter configuration, the input side means we have this input side base current is 0, means this circuit is nothing but open. So, if we substitute IB equals to 0 in this equation, we will left with IC equals to this first term will be 0, and if we will take let us say some value for alpha which is close to approximately equals to 1, let us say 0.99. So, we will have ICBO divided by 0.004. This comes out to be 250 times ICBO, where ICBO is naturally very small, somewhere in microampere, but once it is multiplied by a factor of 250, so this value will not be too small. We can see here that if we will assume that here ICBO is 1 microampere, so the collector current is not 0 here, it is now something 0.25 milliampere, which is not 0. So, this IC, this particular current will be reflected in the output characteristics of the common emitter configuration. So, here we can say that we will give name that this current is flowing collector to emitter, where base is open circuited. So, this current is ICEO, collector to emitter when base is open circuit. So, IC equal to ICEO. Now, we have the characteristics. First, we will see the output characteristics. So, here the output characteristics is between IC and VCE for different values of IB, where this IC is in milliampere. So, as we can see from this last expression that IC equals to alpha times IB divided by 1 minus alpha plus ICBO divided by 1 minus alpha. So, if IB equal to 0 means IB equal to 0 and we have assumed that alpha is close to 1. So, this current will be means we will have IC equals to ICBO by 1 minus alpha, means this current is not 0, this current is not equal to 0, IC will be having some finite value. So, here we can see in the characteristics also that at IB equal to 0 we have some finite value of current, maybe this is something 0.25 milliampere, and as we are increasing IB, so we can see from this particular relationship that IC is nothing but directly proportional to IB. As we are increasing IB, so IC keep on increasing. We can see for 30 microampere we have something like this. So, this is called as the active region, means when the emitter base junction is forward bias, emitter base junction this is forward bias, and collector base junction this is reverse bias. This is called as the active region, and this common emitter configuration can be worked as a amplifier for the current amplification, for the voltage amplification, or for the power amplification. Now, if let us say if this VCE, if this emitter terminal is this voltage is VCE, and if emitter voltage is high in comparison with collector, that means what happen? This will be means this junction will be forward bias and current increases exponentially. We can see the behavior that this is the particular voltage VCE saturation, sorry, this one is VCE saturation, and before this the current increases sharply, something like this. So, when both the junctions are forward bias, collector base junction is forward bias and emitter base junction is forward bias, then this type of mode is known as saturation mode. and we can clearly see that when IB equal to 0 microampere, the current was some current 0.25 milliampere, and below this region we have the current, we have the cutoff region. Means below this we can assume that this collector current is negligibly small and IC is equal to 0, that signifies the cutoff region. So we have clearly see here the cutoff region, saturation region and the active region. Now we will talk about the input characteristics. Now input characteristics, IB versus VBE for different values of VCE, where IB is in microampere, this is in microampere. So here we can clearly see that emitter base junction is forward bias, so up to a certain voltage the current is 0, but once it reaches the cut-in voltage the current increases exponentially. Likewise we have seen in the diode that current follows exponential behavior towards the voltage. So now as we are increasing VCE, what we can observe, at a constant value of VBE, we can see that for this first curve we have 90 microampere and for the third curve we have 50 microampere. Means we can say that as VCE increases, the base current decreases. VCE हम बढ़ाते जा रहे हैं तो बेस करंट जो है यहाँ पर कम होता जा रहा है. So this is the characteristics, this is the input characteristics of a common emitter configuration. After this we need to find out that what is the current gain corresponding to the common emitter configuration. So here we must be, this point is clear that current gain is a output current by input current. So here the output current is what? IC and the input current is IB. So the ratio of IC and IB is known as the current gain of common emitter configuration, and we can represent the current gain by a factor of beta, this one, where beta represents the amplification factor of a transistor and beta is sometimes referred as HFE in terms of the transistor modeling calculation. This is HFE is when we are dealing with the H parameters, when we will perform the analysis using H parameter for the bipolar junction transistor, we have HFE as a current gain. Okay. So this we have now the current gain in the DC mode and in the AC mode. We will see graphically also that how we can calculate the current gain. Now the current gain is basically the output current by input current. So the output current is IC and the input current is IB, and let us say for AC means we will have del IC by del IB for a constant value of collector to emitter voltage. So we will see how we will calculate the current gain in DC mode as well as in a AC mode, and we will compare that these values are equal or they diverge from each other means. And the typical values of beta are lying somewhere between 50 to 400, means we can say the current gain for the common emitter configuration is quite high, because if you will compare the current gain alpha, this was less than 1, means the current gain is very low for common base configuration, but it is very high for common emitter configuration. So here from this particular output characteristics we will see that how we can find out the beta AC and beta DC. So let us say this output characteristic is visible, which is IC versus VCE for different values of base current. So while calculating this beta AC, we need, this is nothing but delta IC by delta IB. So corresponding to two values of IB, let us say we are having 2 points, this one and this one. So what is delta IB here? Delta IB is 30 minus 20, 30 minus 20 microampere, and corresponding to this we have the collector current, which is, let us say, somehow greater than 3, maybe 3.2 here, and somewhat greater than 2, which is, let us say, 2.2 milliampere. So, this is 3.2 minus 2.2 divided by 30 minus 20 microampere. So, this value comes out to be 100 for a constant value of VCE. We have fixed the value of VCE here. So, the current gain is 100. Now, for DC, how we can find out the DC? This is nothing but beta DC is IC by IB at a Q point, or somewhere it is referred as the operating point also. So, let us say this is the operating point. So, corresponding to this we have the value of IC and we have the value of IB. This is IB. So, IB we can see here is 25 microampere, and corresponding to this, let us say we have current is 2.7 milliampere at again a constant VC, which is 7.5. So, we can say that beta DC is nearly equals to 108. So, we can say here that there is a that beta AC and beta DC are usually close to each other, means we can use interchangeably, means we can use beta DC and beta AC because these values are nearly equal. Now, we have a relationship, we want to derive a relationship between the current gain alpha and the current gain beta. So, we are aware that alpha is IC by IE, whereas beta is IC by IB. So, here we can say that emitter current IE equal to IC plus IB. So, we will replace this in this particular expression. We can put the value of IE here, IE will be IC by alpha here. Again, instead of IB we will replace IC by beta, and this IC will be cancelled out and we will left with 1 by alpha equals to 1 plus 1 by beta, and if we will simplify this we will have alpha equals to beta by 1 plus beta, and here this beta equals to alpha by, this is actually 1 minus alpha, 1 minus alpha. So, we have one more relationship between the current also, IC equal to beta times IB and IE equals to 1 plus beta times IB. So, if this IB is known, beta is known, we can find out the value of emitter current. So, these relationships may be used for the numerical purposes. For if you want to find out the collector current with the help of base current, we can use these. Now, we have the applications of common emitter configuration. So, we have seen that this common emitter amplifier or common emitter configuration is having a very high current gain. So, this common emitter configuration can be used for the current amplification, for voltage amplification, as well as the power amplifications at low frequencies. Again, this common emitter amplifiers are also used in RF transceiver circuit, radio frequency transmitter and receiver circuit. Also, this common emitter configuration is commonly used in LNAs, which is low noise amplifiers. So, these are the application areas of common emitter configuration. Now, after this configuration, we will see the common collector configuration. So, as the name suggests that common collector means the collector terminal is common to both input side as well as the output side. So, this configuration is known as the common collector configuration. So, we have both the configurations, means we have the PNP and we have the NPN configuration. So, we can say that this is the direction of current, these are the symbols. We have seen that in a PNP the current will be reaching, and then in the NPN the current will be going out, from the device. So, the direction of arrow will be as per the conventions. So, let us say we will consider this NPN configuration, NPN transistor configuration, and we are attaching the bias, we are adding these batteries VBB and VEE. Now, we want to study that what are the characteristics corresponding to the common collector configuration. The only difference means, first we will see the similarity between the common collector configuration and the common emitter configuration. So, here we can say that if we will compare with the common emitter, so only these terminals are interchanged, this IC and IE means this collector and emitter terminals are interchanged. So, if we will see that what are the means the output characteristics for common collector configuration is between IE versus VCE. IE versus VCE, and the input characteristics again IB versus VCB. VCB is this voltage, collector to base voltage, and this is VCE, something like this. So, let us say we will see these characteristics, that this is the input characteristics, right. So, here we can see that if we will fix the value of VCE here, VCE, this is fixed, and we are increasing the value of, here we can say VCE is fixed and VCB increases. So, VCB increases means this is NPN and this is VCB. We are making collector base junction, means we are providing collector more voltage in comparison with the base. So, we can say the width of collector base junction increases because this will be more reverse bias. If it is more reverse bias, then the width of collector base junction increases. So, as a result, what we can say that IB, what is the effect on IB? IB decreases, the base current decreases. We can say here that corresponding to a constant value of VC, let us say we will see this one, and this curve, if we are increasing VCB, so naturally IB decreases. So, we have this kind of characteristics, and if VCE increases for a fixed value of VCB, let us say we will see. So, for a fixed value of VCB, we can say that IB increases, as VC increases, IB increases. So, this is the input characteristics. Now, we have the output characteristics. So, output characteristics are only, means these characteristics are similar to that of the common emitter configuration. The only difference is instead of IC, we have IE here, and we have the same cutoff region, we have the active region, and we have the saturation region. So, as IB increases, we can say that the IE that also increases, and this region is basically the cutoff region where ICEO is nearly equal to beta times ICPO, collector to base, when emitter is open circuited. So, this input characteristic is quite different from the other two transistors, other two configuration, which is the common emitter and the common base configuration, but you can see that the output characteristics are quite similar. Now, we will see that what is the current gain, what is the current gain for common collector configuration. So, as we can see from this symbol, this common collector configuration symbol, that output current is IE and the input current is IB. So, the current gain here is defined as gamma, which is IE by IB, and we are aware that emitter current is equal to IC plus IB. So, if we will simplify this, so gamma equals to 1 plus IC by IB, and we have already seen that IC by IB is nothing but beta. So, gamma equals to 1 plus beta. Gamma equals to 1 plus beta means the current gain for common collector is also greater than the common emitter configuration. So, now we will see that what are the application areas of common collector configuration. So, first and foremost thing is that common collector configuration is used in the impedance matching circuit. Now, this impedance matching is required when we want to transfer the maximum power towards the output side, means for let us say we will take example of transmission lines, then our motive is that we want to deliver the maximum power from the generator to the source. So, in between we need to perform the impedance matching, then only we can say that the maximum power will be transferred. If there is not impedance matching, means the impedances of the output stage is not equal to the impedance of the input stage, then there will be we can say there will be reflection waves. The maximum power will not be delivered to the load end, and we can say that these common collector configuration is used at the switching circuits also, and since we have seen that it is having a high current gain, which is means we can say the current gain is very high here, and it is also used in the circuit isolations when we want to isolate two different circuits. So, we can say that we can use this. Now, we have the configurations. We want to see the comparison between the common emitter, common base and the common collector configuration. So, first of all we will see that the highest input impedance or input resistance is corresponding to the common collector configurations, right, and for common emitter it is low, and for common base it is very low, means for the designing of the amplifiers we will prefer this common emitter or common collector. At the same time we have the output resistance is large, let us say 50K, and here output resistance is high and this is low, means for a good amplifier the input impedance has to be very high and the output impedance has to be very low. Now, the current gain beta, here it is high, alpha we are aware it is less than 1, and gamma is again high. Voltage gain is high here for common emitter, it is again high for common base and less for common collector, means the voltage gain is 1, AV is 1, that is why it is known as unity gain amplifier or voltage follower also, means whatever is the input voltage, output will follow the same. The power gain is very high because naturally the current gain is high and the voltage gain is high. So, the product will be definitely very high here. Again the power gain is high for common base and it is low for common collector, and the phase, we will see the phase difference for the common emitter configuration, and there is the output wave and input wave which are in same phase for both common base and common collector configuration. So, these are the comparison between the all three configuration, which is the common emitter, common base and common collector configuration. So, these are the references. Thank you.